Hello and welcome back to Vlogtide. This is day 4 and I'm here to give you a long list, a very open list of Yule gifts for your pagan friends. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Max and I recently converted to Druidry and I have been a practicing druid for a couple of months now, but this list is built on things from me just being a pagan, briefly a Wiccan and a druid. These are all very open-ended gifts that you can get any pagan friend. It is always worth noting that you should maybe have a chat with your friend first and find out about their path, their beliefs, things that they use, just a nice open discussion amongst friends about religion, what could go wrong. That will give you a better idea of what exactly to look for when you're out shopping for them, but these are things that you can just get anyone of any faith. So the first gift on my list is to get them a Yule log. I don't mean the chocolate log that you find in supermarkets. I mean, you can, obviously. I specifically mean one to burn, an actual log of wood that they can use it in their Yule ceremonies or Yule rituals. Typically pagans will burn a Yule log or they will decorate it. It will be a part of their festivities. It's really hard to describe what pagans do with Yule logs because we are all so different. Traditionally they are burned. I did not get around to burning mine and I said I was going to take it back to the forest where I foraged it from, and as you've seen in my intro I still have it. So maybe I will give it back this Yule. But it is also a log that cannot be bought and it must be either gifted or foraged rather than bought from a shop. It's just tradition. It's better that way. So you can get us a Yule log, even a stick. It doesn't have to be a fancy log, it doesn't have to be huge, just something that like, hello, I got you a Yule log. Here you go. I think that would be appreciated by most pagans, no matter what they're doing for Yule. I will actually be foraging for one next week, so if you want to see me do that, subscribe to my channel and ring the notification bell so you get notified when I post that video. And then you won't miss it and you can see me go through the park and find one. It will be lots of fun. Maybe that's when I'll take my Yule log bag. We'll see. Next up on my list of gifts to get for your pagan friends, crystals, shiny rocks. So I talked about briefly shiny rocks and crystals in my pagan altar tour. It does not matter if we already have the shiny rock. We will find a use for the same shiny rock. I have a collection of over 200 crystals and I think at least 150 of them are different types. 150 unique crystals with over 200 actual crystals, I think. I haven't counted in a while, all I've done is got more, so that should still be correct. I could receive clear quartz, rose quartz, anything I already have and I'm like, oh my god, yes, thank you. They're like my favourite thing. They have so many uses and even if we're not using them magically, they do look very pretty, and I think this goes for all of the things on my list, but we will always appreciate the thought of you looking at a shiny rock, thinking of us and bringing it to us. The next thing on my list is candles. I have talked a lot about me having a lot of candles. I have lots of candles. If you watched my altar tour, you will have seen roughly how many candles I have, and there's still more of them around my room. We use candles a lot, especially on altars and any spell work. Usually it has a candle involved. Oil burners, not necessary for the magic but for the burning of the oil, very useful. Lighting the way, ambiance, mood lighting. There are so many uses for candles that are not just magical because other people use candles too. They don't have to be spell candles, they don't have to be specific candles, they don't have to be scented. Any candle that you see would be a good idea. In the past, my family have given me like little packs of spell candles, which have always been massively useful. I always end up with the purple ones left over. Tea lights, I generally have never received tea lights as a gift, but I do have quite a lot, and you can just buy big packs of those. You can alter these candles yourself. Talked briefly in a different video, go on a deep dive, about me scenting my own candles. If somebody scented me a candle, I would be so touched and so happy. I would just, oh, that would fill my heart with joy. And if you do get us candles, consider getting us a candle holder as well, because I have received dinner candles in the past without ever having a dinner candle holder. So just something to think about. Next up, now this is probably a little bit niche, but bones. Bones, bones, bones. Ethically sourced bones, please. Unless your friend is very specifically a taxidermist or talks openly about their love of preparing bones, please don't just bring us roadkill. I wish I could say no one has ever done that to me, but it's not my thing, really. Bones that are ready to be used magically. You can get them in a lot of magic shops or spiritual shops. I don't really know what to call them, the genre of magic-y, pagan-y type shops. Like my crow skull, I bought that from a shop and that was already prepared and ethically sourced. I do have the paper somewhere, I lost it. Bones can be used for divination, decoration, protection, spellwork, symbolism. They often symbolise death, rebirth and protection, so always helpful, and those are quite nice things to have symbolised. And I think bones are cool. Not everybody likes bones though, so that one I would maybe tread with caution. And again, don't give anyone roadkill unless they have specifically requested it. The next thing on my list is jars, and I have definitely talked about the over-reliance of jars in the Witch Talk community. I will put a link up there. But jars are very helpful in storage, and if you do have a friend that does every spell in a jar, I'm not going to judge them, but a jar will be very helpful for them. If you just give them a collection of jars that you found, I'm sure they would be very grateful. It's also a really good gift if you are perhaps short on money this year, like a lot of us are. I know I definitely am. Just save up the jars from food you are already eating or glass bottles that you're already drinking from. Just save them, wash them out, and re-gift. It's good for the planet and good for the wallet. Next up, jewellery. Jewellery is a very easy gift to give a pagan because it ranges from really broad symbolism like crystal chip bracelets to really niche goddess worship-y pendants or really specific things that follow their very specific paths. So you can get runes on a necklace, you can get very specific symbols on a necklace. That can be very helpful for their practice, and it can be very meaningful. And things like crystal chip bracelets, they are very cheap and very pretty. Generally you can't go wrong with a crystal or a pentacle, but if they have anything more specific that they wear, try and steer towards that if you can. The next item on my list is notebooks. Notebooks are always very helpful because, especially if you're someone like me, studying a druidry course or studying any sort of pagan course, taking notes is a big part of that. So having enough notebooks to easily take notes for, great. And if they're pretty enough, they can make really good books of shadows. You can find out more about books of shadows up there and what sort of notebook can be a book of shadows. It doesn't have to be this big ceremoniously beautiful notebook. I have a plastic wallet folder as one of my books of shadows. Incense ingredients also make a great gift, including the charcoal discs used to burn incense. Those are very cheap and a very good gift to give. You can also buy incense ingredients from magic shops. You can get them online. Most of them are very readily available. You can also harvest your own from your gardens and local spaces near you. This is especially good if you are running low on money or online shopping isn't really feasible for you. You can just go for a walk around the park and find things in there. Pine cones are a great example of that. I just walked around the park, picked up pine cones, and I did stuff with them to make them into incense ingredients. They're a really flexible gift, and even if you know nothing about incense, everything is incense. You could even mix up and blend your own as an extra special, thoughtful gift. Books are a great gift. Books are always a great gift, no matter who you are. I love books. I'm a book nerd. Get to know your pagan friend and see what books they're into. Try and get them a book related to their practice, or if you have bought them incense ingredients, perhaps get them an incense book. If you have bought them crystals, maybe get them a crystal book. I personally would avoid general paganism books just because some of them can be really wishy-washy, like my videos, but they can be a bit overgeneralized, and sometimes if your friend is already on a specific path, a general book on paganism is not going to be the most helpful, and it's not really going to be the most relatable. If your friend drinks alcohol, buy them some mead. Mead is a wonderful gift because not only is it delicious, it has its uses in ritual and not sacrifice, but dedications. You kind of give an offering to whoever you're working with, the spirits that you're working with. Again, this varies path to path. But gods or spirits or energies that you're working with, you generally pour one out for them and then dispose of it, usually outside. Mead is a very traditional offering of choice, and it's also delicious. Sticks and leaves. Sticks and leaves are a great present, as I've already kind of touched on in the Yule log and the incense thing. Find us stuff you found in the park. Find us greenery. Find us a big stick that you enjoyed. Find us a leaf. Oh, I could do so many things with a leaf. I picked up a leaf where did I remember picking up a leaf about 3 months ago and I have no idea what I did with it. But there are so many things that someone can do with a leaf. They can draw it, they can study it, they can grind it up into an incense powder, they can leave it as an offering, they could work it into they can work it into arts and crafts. Oh, they can do so many things with it. Like, just a single leaf has so many possibilities. Bring us your leaves. As weird as that sounds. And last on my list, mugs. We hydrate like everybody else. We are known for our tea obsessions, and I like coffee, as you might have seen if you're following my Instagram story with my coffee advent calendar in it. There are a whole host of pagan themed coffee mugs on the internet. A really popular one that I see around is like a cauldron shaped mug, and it's just witch's brew, and that's an excellent gift. They have them in a little bit more niche styles and designs, but they're just fun. Mugs, you can never go wrong with a mug, and so many uses for a mug as well. Like pen pots, my favourite mugs are pen pots because they cannot be trusted in a shared house. Some of them are just pen pots, some of them get drunk out of, and I think mugs are a great gift anyway. You're giving us something to drink mead or tea out of when you get us a mug, and we get to look at it and be like, hehe, witch joke. So that is my open list of Yule gifts for your pagan friends. I hope this has been helpful to you. Don't forget to like this video if it has. Drop a comment down below if I have forgotten anything or you want to add anything to the list. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. Videos go up every Saturday at 6 PM UK time, with at least one bonus video every single month. Apart from this month, which is Vlogtide, when you're getting one video every single day for 21 days in the lead up to Yule.